Good morning, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. Happy Saturday to everyone. My name is Matt and welcome to Season 8 where we climb the rank ladder, hoping to get to Master Ball tier using a team that we built from scratch. I do apologize if my energy levels are low. I didn't get very much sleep last night and it's definitely hard in the morning when you don't get that much. So in the last episode, we beat Master Ball. We got it. We hit it. I don't know what rank we are currently, and I don't know what the percentages are. I forgot to add them yesterday. It was kind of a busy day. So there's that. Filming the podcast today with the buds here in about, I want to say about an hour or so. Should give me plenty of time to get this video out to you guys and into your hands while I'm recording with them, and then we will then edit and go on with our merry way for the rest of the weekend, and that way you guys can enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope that you guys like the content. If you wouldn't mind doing the YouTube things now, that would be perfect. We have a goal for July to hit 400 subs by the end of the month. It is July 22nd, so we've got 9 days left, and I believe that we can hit that number with your help. So liking the video, leaving a comment, and subscribing, and you can turn the bells on if you'd like to notify you when I release content. I do release Pokemon content Monday through Saturday, all of July. And I might go back to Monday through Friday in August, but if I do that, maybe I'll lower down the matches from maybe like 5 to like 4 or something like that. Something a little bit more comparable, because these matches do take a long time to record. Not because of the fact that the matches, it's just there's so much, right? So just kind of lower down sometimes. So we'll give that a try for August and see how everything goes. And I like to try to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And again, I believe we can hit that with your help. So thank you in advance. And let's get into today's video with our first match of the day. Match number 86. All right, our first match is here. We've got Ceruledge, Gastrodon, Goodra, Regular, T-Tar, Scizor, and Talonflame. Interesting. So, what should we do with this particular team? Well, we do have Scizor to contend with. He is incredibly fast with his priority Bullet Punch. So, probably someone that can either counter his Bullet Punch or someone that can knock him out and withstand a Bullet Punch. Everyone else is kind of weird because like T-Tar is going to be doing some sand shenanigans. Goodra, this is not the Hisuian form, so I'm not sure what they were going to do here. But we are going to dispel the potential Talonflame business. We'll bring in Tornadus, Regieleki, Urshifu, and Garchomp. I think that's who we'll bring in. I should bring in Xianpao for Scizor. I don't think he's going to bring it. And if he does, it's probably because of the fact that I have Fluttermane. And he's probably going to assume that I'm going to use it at some point. And I kind of don't want that. Talonflame and Scizor. So we kind of guessed it. So in our first case scenario here, we need to taunt the Talonflame so it doesn't get off any of its stuff. And I don't think I have anything to worry about here. So I think I am just going to hit... yeah, Bug shouldn't do anything to me. So I'm just going to hit Electro Web and call it good there. Now, the opposite could be true, right? Gale Wings could still activate after I do Taunt, which may or may not do anything. But the fact that I have Taunt going into Tailwind and then Electro Web to do a lot of damage, so it should take out... Scizor's going to protect, but it should take out Gale Wings from Talonflame. Now, unless he did like Brave Bird, in which he totally called me out. Nope, it was the Tailwind. Here comes the Electro Up, which is going to do a lot of damage to the Talonflame because he is a flying type. And it's also going to lower its speed. And I'm going to set up with my own Tailwind now. And I'm going to Electro Web again. This way I can continue lowering down the speed of my opponent. He withdrew Talonflame, which is a good call. Bring out Gastrodon. That's going to negate the damage that I would have done to the Gastrodon, but I get Tailwind up. Bullet Punch into Regieleki. It shouldn't knock it out. It's not, because it's not very effective. Electro Web. It's not going to do anything to Gastrodon. He's ground, but it is going to hit the Scizor. All right. We'll swap him for Urshifu, and we will hit the Scizor with the Thunderbolt now. We've got Tailwind. We're looking pretty strong. All of our Pokemon are going to be incredibly fast. Now, Ice Beam could be coming out from the Gastrodon. It's not. Bullet Punch into Urshifu isn't going to do anything. Here comes Thunderbolt into Scizor, and it's going to knock it out now. And here comes the Ice Beam. Earth Power, which is good. Definitely going to knock out Regieleki. And we'll go ahead and bring out... We'll bring out Garchomp. Yeah. Right now we can't use any water attacks since Gastrodon's on the field, but we could still use our tried and true method of close combat. So we'll use that on the Gastrodon, and then we will Dragon Claw the Talonflame. They're going to Terra. It's most likely going to be to the Gastrodon. Yes, it is. And it's going to be Grass. Are you hoping that I'm just going to Earthquake my own teammate and just leave Talonflame alone? That's not a good choice here, bud. We're going to attack Talonflame. Going to knock him out. Now, the other awful choice I could have picked is to, you know, maybe I'll do that next turn. I could have protected and done nothing, or I could have literally just did Earthquake. Here comes the Terra Blast, which is going to go into the Garchomp. Nope, Urshifu. We're just going to knock him out. With the -1 special defense and defense, it's inevitable. But I do have 2 Pokemon still in the back. Well, no longer 2. But I have Tornadus now, and I don't really have anything to worry about, so to speak. We'll go ahead and probably Terra our Garchomp now, because now there's a Goodra on the field. We will Bleak Wind. Wait, how many turns do I have until Wind left? I have 1. Okay. We'll Bleak Wind and Terra Steel Garchomp, so I can go ahead and just Terra Steel. I'm just gonna go ahead and just Dragon Claw the Goodra. I'm gonna move before Gastrodon, and he's already Terra, so he doesn't really have anything. I haven't seen an item on Gastrodon though. No Life Orb, no leftovers, so it's probably Rocky Helmet. It could have been Sash, but it's really hard to predict. Bleak Wind will miss Goodra, but it will hit the Gastrodon, knocking him out. There he goes. And here comes the Dragon Claw to the Goodra. 1-hit KO. And that is our first win of the video. Let's go. All right, our next match is Torkoal, Lilligant, Fluttermane, Rillaboom, Iron Hands, and Charizard. Pretty good team if I say so myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Tornadus and Chien-Pao, Fluttermane in the back, and then we will bring out Urshifu. No, yes, maybe. I don't know. So who is Urshifu gonna really take out here? Charizard and Torkoal. It's not going to do anything to Lilligant, Rillaboom, Iron Hands. I mean, it can knock out all 3 of them I don't know if it's going to do it in one turn. Most likely Lilligant though. Fluttermane, but not Iron Hands, not Rillaboom. It will take out the Torkoal since it's not in the sun, but we do have something to turn off sun. So I'm going to go with Garchomp. I'm going to go with Garchomp. Hisuian Lilligant is really interesting. Instead of it being special based, it's physically based. So you can literally give it moves like Quiver Dance that would make it a little bit more useful. So I do like that idea. Does Quiver Dance raise attack or does it only do special? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. I believe it's both, but I could be wrong. Iron Hands and Fluttermane versus Chien-Pao and Tornadus. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just do Tailwind and Protect with the Chien-Pao. This is a pretty good opening. I wasn't expecting them to open up automatically with Fluttermane and Iron Hands. They're gonna Terra. Most likely it's gonna be the Fluttermane, and it is. It's gonna be Fairy, because why not? It's most likely gonna be Dazzling Gleam as well. So I'm gonna Protect here. Get off me Tailwind. No Fake Out from the Iron Hands, so that's interesting. Dazzling Gleam does nothing against the Chien-Pao. And will not knock out Tornadus, but Drain Punch, will also do no damage to Chien-Pao. Thank you. All right. So what do I do here? I could swap it to someone else, but I don't think it would be a good idea. At least not with Tornadus. Tornadus, I think, is Dunzo here. I'm gonna Break Wind into Iron, or it's not Break Wind, Bleak Wind, and then I'm going to I could Ice Spinner into Fluttermane. I think that's the best course of action. Ice Spinner into Fluttermane. It's gonna knock it out. Because Drain Punch is gonna do a lot of damage to Chien-Pao. I could swap it out to do my own Fluttermane, but it opens it up for Dazzling Gleam, and I don't really want to do that. Heavy Slam will now go into Chien-Pao, which will break its sash, but it will not knock it out. Now it is 3 versus 4. Send out Charizard. We'll do Bleak Wind again. And Sucker Punch? I mean, I think protecting here is going to be better. Bleak Wind, it's not going to hurt the Charizard, but it will hit the Iron Hands, which does nothing to him, but Heat Wave from Charizard is going to not hit the Chien-Pao because he's protected, but it is going to hit the Tornadus, which is going to knock him out. But this is why we protected instead of just going ham. Drain Punch, because if I went ham there, I would have put myself in a worse spot. So I'm glad that I protected instead. We're going to come out with Fluttermane now. Tornadus is gone, but I do have 2 more turns of Tailwind, I believe. Get the energy or booster energy activated with the speed that's heightened, including Tailwind. Oh, Tailwind only lasts 1 more turn. Okay. Question is this enough to knock out Iron Hands? Probably not. We will Terra Moonblast into Iron Hands, and I will swap into Garchomp. I don't want to lose Chien-Pao right now, so swapping to Garchomp is going to make me neutral to the Heat Wave. And they've already Terra'd, so they only have their natural typings now. And I took out one of the biggest threats of the team. I don't know if they still have... Well, I've seen 3 of the Pokemon. I don't think it's going to be Lilligant or Torkoal. I mean, Torkoal could still come out, for sure. But I'm going to be under Trick Room. Well, no, not anymore, but I will have a greater offense than they're going to be able to provide for defense. So, maybe not? I'm not sure. It's Rillaboom. Grassy Field, which is going to affect everyone except for Charizard. Grass Seed activates on Rillaboom. I just have to worry about Fake Out. Let's go ahead and do Shadow Ball on the Rillaboom. And I'm gonna protect on Garchomp. Okay, so I apologize for that. I had a really important message come through. Fluttermane lives with barely any HP. Garchomp will also live, but we have Rillaboom at 2/4 and... or at least a third, maybe a fourth of its health, and Charizard with no damage taken whatsoever. Shadow Ball did do a lot of damage to Rillaboom, so this should set it up for the KO now. And Garchomp took very little damage because of Protect. We're going to start doing damage to the Charizard now, so we can max him out as much as we can. I think Rillaboom was going to go for the Fake Out and went into the Garchomp instead. So we'll lower its special attack for Rillaboom, but almost knock it out. Heat Wave will come in and will knock out the Fluttermane. That's interesting. That Charizard's faster than Garchomp. That means it must be Scarfed. Drum Beating almost knocks out Garchomp, but Garchomp will stand, and its speed is also dropped. But I also get a little bit of HP due to grassy terrain. Chien-Pao will now come out on my side of the field. Now, I believe that Charizard is Scarfed, so I'm going to go ahead and just Sucker Punch because it hasn't done anything else besides Heat Wave. And I'm just going to go Dragon Claw right into the Rillaboom. Sucker Punch into Charizard's going to knock him out. Dragon Claw right into Rillaboom. Going to knock him out. And we won our second match. Congratulations. All right. For match number 3, here we got Hisuian Arcanine, Rillaboom, Urshifu, Fluttermane, Landorus, and Tornadus. And these are the incarnate forms. So not Therian. So we do have to worry about Sheer Force for Landorus and obviously Tailwind and Taunt from Tornadus. But we do also have to worry about whether or not that we're going to get Faked Out from Rillaboom. And then we have our contenders, Hisuian Arcanine with Intimidate and Urshifu, which has Aqua Jet and other Prior moves. It also could be Single Strike and not Rapid Strike. I'm always assuming Rapid Strike because everyone was using it, but now everyone's bringing in Single Strike. It's going to be one of those Pokemon that no one really expects anymore. Or he's going to start climbing the ladder pretty darn quick here. And we have Flutter Mane just to make sure that we outspeed everything on the field. So I think the best course of action in here is to bring in Tornadus. Keep saying Landorus for some reason. I apologize. Garchomp, Chien-Pao, and Flutter Mane. We'll leave Regieleki and Urshifu behind. I want to be able to knock out their Pokemon pretty consistently, and I want to also set myself up for success. I would like to have brought in Regieleki, but I don't know if they're going to open with Tornadus, and they did open Tornadus and Flutter Mane, so we kind of did get the call out there. Booster Energy will activate with the Flutter Mane, boosting its special attack. So we're gonna have to forego our... Actually, we can't. We have to taunt the Tornadus right away so that we can Terra Steel, Terra Blast into the Flutter Mane to knock it out. Because it's going to probably Terra Fairy this turn so that they can take full advantage of that special attack boost. I was gonna say we have to go into Tailwind right away so that we can outspeed it, but Tornadus also knows Tailwind and we cannot let it get off. So our taunt will go off first. We are the faster of the two. He fell for it. Mental Herb? No Mental Herb. Tailwind falls. Dazzling Gleam comes out of the Flutter Mane. It's not going to do anything to the Garchomp. Does half damage to Tornadus, and here comes the Terra Blast from Garchomp from my side of the field into that Flutter Mane, and it is going to one-hit KO. See, I would have not had lasted that turn if I did things differently, and I'm glad that I did that instead of the alternative. Sends out Rillaboom next. It's a good fake out coverage person, but I'm going to protect here with Garchomp to get a little bit more of that HP back. And I'm going to go ahead and activate Bleak Wind on my side of the field. I'm going to do damage to the Rillaboom and hopefully the Tornadus. I would use Tailwind on my side, but right now I don't have a reason to use it. If I do survive this turn, I will do it. Tornadus avoids it, and so will Rillaboom. And Tornadus will come, or enemy Tornadus will use Icy Wind to lower down my speed. We'll take the Tornadus down to 6 HP, and Rillaboom uses Knockoff. So no damage went to Garchomp this turn, but I will heal up quite a bit. Okay, now since Tornadus has very little HP left, I'm going to go ahead and use the Tailwind so that I get a little bit of effect from that. Let's see, what am I going to do here? Tornadus probably seems to be the problem. And who do I have in the back again? Tailwind, and I'm going to go ahead and Dragon Claw the Rillaboom. I have Chien-Pao in the back, and I know that Rillaboom is going to be able to survive Ice Spinner. I'm going to lower down his HP by half. Take a little bit of chip damage. Here comes the Icy Wind from Tornadus, which is going to knock out my Tornadus. And drops Garchomp's speed. But we'll see how much damage the U-turn will do. And it won't do anything, which is totally fine. Rough Skin will also do a little bit of damage to Rillaboom, but it goes back to the trainer. And you bring out Arcanine. It's going to drop my stage, or my attack stage 1. And Landorus shook off the taunt. So now we're going to bring out Chien-Pao. You didn't do Intimidate? You didn't do Intimidate. I picked up on that. I hope you know that. I picked up on that. Ice Spinner the Tornadus. And I'm going to protect with Garchomp. I think I protected last turn. I'm not sure. They're going to Terra. It's going to go to the Arcanine. And it's going to be Grass. Assuming that I was going to do Earthquake. I love it when they do that. It's pretty funny. Garchomp will protect, so it gets a little bit more of that HP back. Tornadus is going to act because he's no longer taunted, so here comes the Tailwind. Unfortunately, I'm still pretty fast, so I'm going to go ahead and Ice Spinner into the Tornadus, which is going to knock him out, one hit KO. Now, he will get Tailwind for one additional turn outside of this. And I take off the Grassy Field. Flare Blitz will now hit Jixian Pao, which is going to drop him to Sash. So now I'm going to send out Rillaboom. I'm going to protect with Qian Pao. And I'm going to Dragon Claw. Will Terra Blast do anything? I mean, it should. Will Terra Blast the Rillaboom? Fake Out will go into the Qian Pao. We'll deny that. Arcanine will use Flare Blitz, which is oddly faster. Rough Skin will do a little bit of damage, but it's because of the fact that probably my Tailwind's gone now, so I'm gonna have to try to do the outspeedy thing. But we are now in a little bit of trouble. In a wee bit of trouble here. We do have Fluttermane coming in, though. Boost your energy and will now up my speed to 307. Do we have Tailwind? We do have Tailwind, and you were still faster than Garchomp. That's interesting. Okay. We're gonna Ice Spinner the Rillaboom, and we're going to go ahead and Shadow Ball the Arcanine. Shadow Ball will now go off, activate right into the Arcanine. It is going to do about 2/3, drop it its special defenses as well, and Ice Spinner will now go into the Rillaboom, knocking it out. Grassy Field disappeared, and Arcanine will now Flare Blitz into the Fluttermane, which will knock it out. Tailwind's gone. They have one more turn of Tailwind. I'm going to protect here. I'm probably going to outspeed this Arcanine. It could be Scarfed. I'm not 100% sure. We can risk it for the biscuit. I did attack first, so we're going to give it a try. Arcanine will now get hit with Ice Spinner, and we do attack first into that slot, which would knock it out. Whew! And that, ladies and gentlemen, should be the end of our third match. Alrighty. Ooh, Delphox. Let's go. Okay. We have Tornadus, Urshifu, Scizor, Delphox, Gyarados, and Sandy Shocks. Delphox is someone that just recently got released into the game in a Terra Raid with the hidden ability called Magician. Magician steals any item from any damage from an attack that it deals. So, if you do not want your items stolen, knock out Delphox. But All right, so who do we want to have on our side of the field? We could go what we did before, which was to open up with Tornadus Regieleki. I mean, Gyarados is pretty damning there, but we won't do anything to Sandy Shocks, unfortunately. But we could still do a lot to Scizor, which is probably going to come in because they see Flutter Mane. Yeah, I have a wide assortment of Pokemon that can do definite damage to the team. I don't know what Urshifu is going to do. I don't know if it's Single Strike or Rapid Strike, but I will investigate it myself. Okay, so we'll bring in Tornadus and Regieleki for the Tornadus Open and maybe the Gyarados Open as well, which then is going to be really, really terrible for them. Chien-Pao, and I'll bring in Garchomp after that. I don't want to bring in, like, you could bring in Sandy Shocks, which is going to completely take out the whole reason of bringing in Regieleki, but I think in this particular battle, I do have a greater chance of success. Sandy Shocks and Delphox, both shiny. Congratulations. Okay. So the booster energy will activate on Sandy Shocks, raising its speed. We're gonna taunt the Delphox, and I'm gonna Terra Ice into Sandy Shocks. Usually I would not use my Terra right away, but I don't know what the alternative is to kind of deal with Sandy Shocks because it is electric ground. So this is 2 times weak for its typing, and I'm not going to take any. I'm not going to take hardly any damage because of the typing. But it's also going to Terra, and it's going to be Sandy Shocks, and you are going to be electric. Just straight up electric. So you could possibly knock out Tornadus this turn, depending on what you do. I use Taunt on Delphox, hoping that it used a setup move, and it fell for it. No Mental Herb. Terra Blast from Regieleki is going to go into Sandy Shocks. Not going to do 2 times, but it is going to do about half. Sandy Shocks use Gravity, so everyone's now attached to the ground. And Delphox was definitely going to be using Hypnosis. Cannot now. Good luck with that. We're going to go ahead and use Tailwind. And then... oh, we could... their ground typing is now gone. I can hit this thing for a lot of damage. But I'm going to hit it again. Actually... yeah, I'm going to hit it again. Yeah. I'm going to hit again. I was going to protect in the thought process of, okay, well, Delphox can't do a setup move. They didn't switch him out, which means they're going to have to do something else. But I'm going to force them to do everything that they can to do everything else. So this is going to get it down to about 80%. Thunderbolt will go into the Tornadus, which will knock it out. And here comes Delphox, which is going to do a move. I'm not sure which one. Maybe if super effective because Regieleki is ice. Heat Wave, and it will knock it out. And at this point, I'm okay with it because of the fact of the alternative. I believe I have the Pokemon I need in the back. And fortunately, I do. Chien-Pao and Garchomp. And with Sword of Ruin now active, we're going to go ahead and Earthquake everything on the field, and Chien-Pao is just going to protect himself. And with Delphox still taunted, it can't protect. I don't know what Sandy Shocks is going to do, but it's going to get a Rude Awakening from a stab boosted life orb, you know, attack of Earthquake. And I go first because Tailwind said so. So I'm okay with how the turn went out. Double KO, so now we are looking at a 2-2 record. Oh, let's go. is the last two? Brings out Urshifu. It is Rapid Strike. And Scizor. Which is shiny. Dope. Okay. So we will go ahead and Dragon Claw. Into Urshifu. We will Sucker Punch into Scizor. Yes. Sucker Punch into Scizor. Gonna hit it. Oh, almost knock it out because of a crit. Bullet Punch will now hit the Chien-Pao, which will break its sash. Will break it break it to its sash. Just barely holding on. Dragon Claw will now hit Urshifu, which will knock it out due to a crit. Oh my god. That was a really, really strong crit there. We're just going to go ahead and hit the Dragon Claw and the Sucker Punch on the Scizor. And I think that's game. Sucker Punch will now hit Scizor, and we went 4-0 so far. What is this? Why couldn't I have this record 2 days ago? What? I would have been in Master Ball sooner, and Jesus, we're now catching up with the wins losses. That's awesome. Dude, if we go 5-0 today, I'm just going to be so excited. I'm super excited. And for our last match of the day, we are looking at a Tornadus, Heatran, Urshifu, Fluttermane, Iron Bundle, and Therian Landorus. Now, we have no fake out pressure, but we do have pressure from Tailwind, which is from the Tornadus. Heatran, who has definite strong coverage, which it's Fire Steel typing. The only way that I can really knock it out is ×4 weakness to ground attacks. So I'm probably more likely to bring out Garchomp this time just to take it out, or at least have a chance of dealing with it. However, that being said, because Tornadus is out on the field and I do have a Therian Landorus to worry about as well, I will have to kind of try to figure out a better way to deal with this team. Urshifu, which is Single Strike or Rapid Strike, and then we have the fastest Pokemon in the team, which is Fluttermane and Iron Bundle. Either one of these could have Booster Energy, which then boosts their speed up to 307 and 309 considerably. So what are we going to do with this team? Obviously, we do have to bring in our own Tornadus. That's 100% a given. We need to bring in our own Fluttermane, Garchomp, and Chien-Pao. We'll leave Urshifu and Regieleki alone. Only because the fact that I only had 2 seconds to decide what I'm going to bring in, just so that I can throw my weight against the other team. I don't know if this is going to work. We might go 4-1, but I'm going to believe we're going to hit 5-0 today, because why not? Let's do it. Tornadus and Fluttermane against my Tornadus and Fluttermane. Booster Energy will activate on my side of the field. It doesn't look like they have one, so it must be on Quark Drive. So Iron Bundle has the Booster Energy. I'm going to taunt the fellow Tornadus over there. Terra. And I'm going to use... Well, I can use Imprison, and it can't use Moonblast or Shadow Ball. Would that be the call? Yeah, we'll use Imprison. We'll see what happens. We'll make them we'll force them to switch out that Fluttermane. I'm going to Terra Fairy first. They'll probably do the same. But with Imprison, they can't use Shadow Ball or Moonblast. So Taunt will now hit the Tornadus. We're going to see if it falls for the item. No item use. Imprison. So now they're going to be locked into whatever move that they use. So Thunderbolts, which is going to be knocking out my Tornadus, but that's okay because I can't get Tailwind and neither can A. So now with Imprison on the field, they can't use Moonblast or Shadow Ball. They can still use Dazzling Gleam, but so far we have no item use on that side of the field for the Fluttermane. I'm going to bring out Chien-Pao to Ice Spinner into Tornadus and Shadow Ball into their Fluttermane. They might be locked in permanently to Thunderbolt. I'm sorry. Could be. I don't know. No HP dropped, so no life orb. I got that. No booster energy, and right now I'm the fastest thing on the field outside of this Tornadus that can obviously use Prankster, but I'm going to remove it from the field now. The Altera, it's going to be the Fluttermane. It's going to be Terra Fairy. It's probably going to take away its weakness from the Shadow Ball, which is totally fine. Shadow Ball will now go into that slot, which will do about half. Ice Spinner is now going to go into Tornadus, which will knock it out. And Dazzling Gleam will now come out from that Fluttermane, so it's not Scarfed or Specked, which is what I was assuming that it would be. Maybe with Imprison, it made it so that it couldn't use certain moves. I know two of them for sure, Thunderbolt and Dazzling Gleam. We now have Iron Bundle hitting the field, which is going to activate its Quark Drive. So Chien-Pao is now going to go ahead and activate Sucker Punch onto that. And I'm going to Moonblast the... Actually, would that be beneficial? Preserving my Pokemon is probably like the best one. So maybe protecting. Yeah, we'll protect Chien-Pao and I'll Moonblast into their Fluttermane. Because if that's Icy Wind, I'll be able to survive. Icy Wind does come out from the Iron Bundle. Chien-Pao will protect. I lose a little bit of speed from Fluttermane, but is it going to be enough to drop my speed down enough to not outspeed the other one? And it is. It will not do anything to Chien-Pao, but it's definitely going to knock out my Fluttermane with no problem. I wasn't thinking that it would not take it down that far. He didn't use booster energy, and I have 307. Interesting. I'll have to look that calc up. All right, so Chien-Pao and Garchomp now sit on the field against these two competitors. We're going to Sucker Punch against the Iron Bundle, and we're going to protect with the Garchomp because my Terra was used up already and I can't use another one. So I'm going to protect the Garchomp, Sucker Punch into Iron Bundle. He's going to Freeze Strike the Garchomp, which isn't going to do anything because it's under Protect. And Dazzling Gleam will now miss the Garchomp, but it will not miss the Chien-Pao, unfortunately. If I had saved my Terra, this probably would have been a different match because I could have protected with Chien-Pao and then got the ball rolling a little bit more with Garchomp. I might have been able to knock out both of these Pokemon. Unfortunately, though, Freeze Dry is definitely going to take me down. I would like to know what that Fluttermane was using, though. It wasn't Scarfed. Maybe Pixie Plate? Freeze Dry will hit the Garchomp, will knock it out, and we go 4-1. All right, first match is up. We've got Cresselia, Ursaring, Cleavor, Heatran, Iron Hands, and Fluttermane. All right, so a Trick Room-ish variant that we have to worry about, and I'm going to do my best to take care of it. Okay, so how do I get through this bunch here? Iron Hands has Fake Out, and we'll probably have it. Fluttermane will be for if Trick Room doesn't work, but they're going to most likely set up for Trick Room, so I need to be able to set up for that. We're going to go in with Tornadus, Fluttermane, Garchomp, and Chien-Pao. That's who we're going to bring in. We're bringing in those 4 so that we can, 1, take out the Fluttermane if they decide to bring it in. Sucker Punch is most likely going to kill it. We need to be able to use Ice Spinner on not Cleavor. I don't think Ice Spinner will do anything to him, but we'll need to use it for Ursaring, or Ursaluna, I'm sorry. But he starts off with Fluttermane, or Iron Hands and Cresselia. And I start off with Tornadus and Fluttermane. And Booster Energy activates on my side of the field. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to taunt the Cresselia and see what happens. Actually, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to... Well, Tailwind's not going to do anything. I'm already the fastest person on the field. I'm going to swap to Garchomp instead. And I'm... No, I'm not. No, I don't want to run. Bleak Wind and Imprison. Fake out on Tornadus. That's what I thought was going to happen. Here, have him Imprison. Bleak Wind is not going to hit the Cresselia, but it's going to do a little bit of damage to the Iron Hands. And Trick Room cannot be used because of Imprisoned. Now I'm going to taunt you and Shadow Ball you. Well, he might be in range. Actually, I'm not going to taunt. I'm going to Bleak Wind. Terra Moonblast into Iron Hands. Oh, they retreat the Iron Hands. Okay. Bring out Heatran. Probably like a worse combo, but I'm okay with this so far. I didn't think that they would switch in so early, but they could. It's a viable strat. Here comes the Moonblast from Terra Fairy. Goes right inside slot. Does nothing. Bleak Wind will also do nothing. The Cresselia again. Light Screen. And leftovers on that Heatran. Swap to Garchomp. Now it's going to give access to Cresselia's Trick Room. I know this, but I don't think they're going to plan for that. I mean, they could, but they can't click it because it says it can't be accessible. So I have to leave the field and then they can click it. Dazzling Gleam. Super effective against Garchomp. Heat, Flash Cannon. Right into that slot as well. Will not knock out Garchomp, but gets pretty close. Taunt the Cresselia, and I'm gonna Earthquake. Yeah. It's not gonna do anything, unfortunately. But I want to stop Cresselia from using Trick Room. But I have to do with Heatran now, unfortunately. And with Rain now, we have a better way of dealing with Heatran's fire moves. So like Heat Wave, I think it has like a Magma move, which is really, really interesting. Taunt will now go on Cresselia. And Mental Herb. So it will get off Trick Room this turn if it does. It's not going to do anything to the Cresselia, but I'm going to do a lot to Heatran, which is the whole point. Yep, it's going to knock it out. Good. Dazzling Gleam. Gonna knock out Garchomp. And Iron Hands comes back. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to taunt Cresselia again. No Trick Room for you. No Light Screen, no Lunar, none of that. No Fake Out. Okay. I thought they were going to go with a Fake Out, but apparently not. It's going to go right into Iron Hands. Iron Hands will then do Heavy Slam, which is going to knock out Flutter Mane for sure. But I prevented Trick Room again, and Iron Hands took a turn to knock out Flutter Mane. It was probably thinking I was going to use Imprison again, and that was the idea, but I thought that they were going to fake out Flutter Mane because it's Berry, so it wouldn't have worked. And since I know Cresselia has to attack, I can literally go into Sucker Punch, which is going to do a lot. They can retreat. So the switch-in strat is pretty good, but I'm doing a twofold attack with Tornadus and Sucker Punch to hopefully knock out both these Pokemon this turn. Sucker Punch goes into Cresselia, gets it really, really low. Bleak Wind will not knock him out. Oh, the Light Screen is helping out. Dazzling Gleam. Super effective against Shampoo, but doesn't do a whole lot. Drain Punch will, though. Oh, that heals quite a bit. And Light Screen has worn off. Maybe it'll work now. Let's try it. Light Screen's no longer there. Maybe we'll knock out both. Probably not, because Wind doesn't do a whole lot to electric types, but it might. I'm not sure. Iron Hands is really interesting. I don't know what his last Pokemon is, but I'm pretty sure that this is the loss. Here comes Bleak Wind. We'll knock out both. Let's go. I guess, like, if I had to play devil's advocate, right? The raid's over. The reason why he didn't click Fake Out is because he probably on his end didn't matter. Uh-oh. Well, this is over. No photosynthesis, so I'm assuming it's 205. Thunderbolt. Yep. It's all good. And that's why you bring in Flutter Mane in case if your Trick Room doesn't work. That's why. Alrighty, next match is up. We've got Arcanine, Rillaboom, Tornadus, Urshifu, Flutter Mane, and Heatran. Okay, I like it. So we do have a Fake Out user, and then an Intimidator, Prankster, and then the rest are just kind of like, I don't want to say normal, but they're like staples at this point. So we'll bring in Tornadus and Chien-Pao for sure. Garchomp, and we're bringing in Urshifu. Yeah, we'll bring in Urshifu. Chien-Pao's going to be able to knock out Tornadus, Rillaboom, and will do a lot of damage to Urshifu on their end with like Sucker Punch and stuff like that. Won't do anything to the Arcanine, and actually Arcanine is like really strong against our Chien-Pao, but we bring in Garchomp so that we take that option out. Tornadus and Heatran. So we don't have to worry about what they could be doing on their side of the field immediately. What we could do instead is taunt the Tornadus and then Ice Spinner Tornadus immediately. They'll drop Sash for Chien-Pao, but they won't knock out our Tornadus. So we taunted their Tornadus, Ice Spinner go into that slot to knock it out. No item was activated, so it had to be something. I'm not sure what it was. Heat Wave will come out, bring Chien-Pao to its Sash, so we're good. No item for Heatran so far. Urshifu comes out next, and it's Rapid Strike. Question. What do I do? We'll activate the Rain Dance to lower down Heatran's attack. No. We'll Bleak Wind and Sacred Sword. They're gonna Terra. And this is going to go to the Urshifu to turn it to water. And he's most likely going to be using Surging Strikes. He could use Aqua Jet, but... And he does. It's going to be over to Chien-Pao. Totally fine. Bleak Wind. Does a lot to the Urshifu. Does barely anything to the Heatran, but it was a crit. Flash Cannon will now go into Tornadus and will knock it out. Oh no. I think that was me. I'm not sure. Yep. Nintendo, fix your servers, man. I was gonna win that fight. All right, next match is up. We've got Cleavor. I'm not really sure what that thing is called. I know it's Quillfish, but I don't know what the evolved form is. Tornadus, Dragonite, Urshifu, and Fluttermane. All right, so I don't know what the thing is. I'm going to assume that it's not anything special, and I'm gonna bring in Tornadus. I think I'll bring in the Pokemon I did last time. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, why not? We'll give that a try. I mean, I would be worried about Dragonite, but I don't see Chien-Pao. And since I don't see Chien-Pao, I would assume I don't have anything to worry about. But the Quillfish, though, that guy, again, I don't know what his typing is. So we'll look. It's Overquill, and he is Dark Poison. Oh, wow, I would have never found him. He's got Intimidate, Swift Swim, and Poison Point. So Poison Point poisons a Pokemon if they make physical contact. Swift Swim doubles the speed in rain, and Intimidate lowers down everyone's attack. But he opens up with Tornadus and Cleavor, and we're gonna open up a Taunt on Tornadus and Ice Spinner. I mean, Cleavor doesn't get Fake Out, does he? I don't think so. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do Ice Spinner to Tornadus. They're gonna Terra. Probably the rock move comes out from Cleavor here. Yep, he's gonna Terra him. And it is Terra Water. Taunt. Tornadus. He fell for it. Metal Herb activates, so he's gonna get whatever effect off. Tailwind doubles the speed. Stone Axe will knock out Tornadus. And leave Spikes. And Ice Spitter right after that. Okay. Since he is Terra Water, who do I have that's going to be able to beat it? No one. Interesting. But he is currently Bug Rock. He either has Swarm, so his Bug type moves get stronger. Sheer Force, which secondary effects don't come in, or Sharpness. Dragonite comes in on his side, and Garchomp will come in on mine. The stone's dug into Garchomp. I'm going to Terra. Actually, should I Terra with Garchomp? Yes. Yes, I should. Dragon Claw into Dragonite, and I'm going to protect with Chien-Pao. I don't know what moves Dragonite has, but since his Terra is on Cleavor, we don't really have to worry about that too much. Ah, he was 2 times weakness to water, so now I'm looking at Cleavor by the way. Okay, Dragonite will use Ice Spinner on the Chien-Pao, won't do anything. X Scissor will be also used on Chien-Pao, will not do anything, but here comes the Dragon Claw, right to Dragonite's face. And almost a one-hit KO, gets pretty close, but doesn't do it. Dragon Claw to Cleavor, and I'm going to Sucker Punch the Dragonite. Oh, Extreme Speed will go off. So Sucker Punch will not do anything. That sucks. I should have maybe done it on Cleavor instead, but we'll see. X Scissor will not go onto that slot. Super effective, will knock out Chien-Pao. Dang it. Dragon Claw, Cleavor. About half. Garchomp was hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Urshifu will knock him out. Okay, Garchomp will now protect, and Aqua Jet will now go into... Well, I mean, he's going to be faster than I am. How long do I have before Tailwind's over? Last turn? Oh, this is last turn. Double protect, baby. Let's go. Yeah, double protect. Let's go. We're not gonna play this Tailwind game today. That's my move. Quick Guard stops priority. Good going. And I believe that was Cleavor that did that. Okay. Dragon Claw on Dragonite, and we will close combat on Cleavor. Now I'm faster. And the only one that can use priority moves is him, and I'm not having him do one. So that's interesting. You get extreme speed and knock out one Pokemon, but not both. But I don't think you are. I don't think you're set for extreme speed. Like, your set is weird. You're like inner focus with something else. I don't know what your item is, but it's not a band. So I think you are... Quick Guard goes up by Cleavor again. Dragon Claw into that slot. Sucks. Quick Guard is good. That's how you deal with priority with like Chien-Pao and other Dragonites. Close combat. But I'm not doing either one right now. And Rocket Helmet. There we go. Rocky Helmet. And Overquill. Okay, so Overquill, which is a shiny. Congratulations. Oh, I lost him. Oh, that's okay. We're gonna Earthquake and Protect. Because he's poison, so this should hurt him a lot. And I'm Steel, which means I'm gonna negate any poison type shenanigans he'll have. But that's gonna be it. We win match number 3. Let's go. Nice going with the quick guard though. All right, next match we've got Golden Go, Tornadus, Fluttermane, Grimmsnarl, Rillaboom, and Urshifu. Single strike, most likely, but it will also could be rapid. So until we see him, it's just Urshifu. Okay, so Golden Go. It's a good assortment of Pokemon. Both Pokemon on his side of the field, like Grimmsnarl and Rillaboom, do know Fake Out. So we are kind of in this weird spot of where we should be. So what can we do? We are probably set for failure. No, not really. We'll go in Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Fluttermane, and we will walk in with Garchomp. We'll leave Urshifu and Regieleki in the back. I'm getting thirsty. Okay, it's acting normal again. All right, that's good. Okay. All right, they ended up with Grimmsnarl and Tornadus, so that's good. We're gonna taunt the Tornadus, and we're gonna go straight into. We'll Protect, because Fake Out's probably gonna come out. Parting Shot is also very useful, but it is also Prankster, so there's that. They're faster? Are they Scarfed? They have to be Scarfed. Absolutely, they're Scarfed. Because I can't do anything to Grimmsnarl. He's dark. Prankster doesn't work that way. Now we'll go ahead and Tailwind our side of the field, and we'll Ice Spinner that side of the field. It'll most likely use Light Screen now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Ice Spinner. Hits Tornadus. He's not... What? What was he doing after that? Was it just the random speed tie that he won for some reason? Spirit Break. Into the Chien-Pao. Will barely keep it alive. Drops its special attack though. I mean, I don't really care. But that's a really powerful Grimmsnarl. I need to build mine. I forgot. He's kind of been sitting in the back for a while. Like, I have a few Pokemon that still need to have their EVs redone. All right, Rillaboom comes out and summons the grassy field. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and Rain Dance, and I'm gonna Protect again to stop that Fake Out. You could also U-turn. I don't think Grimmsnarl has Fake Out though. He might have gotten something different. He's probably set up as a screener. Parting Shot, and there's the Fake Out. Screens, Fake Out, and maybe Spirit Break. Not Fake Out, but Parting Shot, and then Spirit Break. Spirit Break goes into Chien-Pao again, but it fails. And Chien-Pao will now recover just a little itty bitty HP. Bleak Wind will now go off, and here goes Ice Spinner into the Rillaboom slot, which is going to be really, really helpful. Thank God for Grass Glide not being in the game. We don't need priority grass moves, even though it was like his iconic move, but thank God. Ice Spinner will now go into Rillaboom. Boom. Knock down 2/3, and Grassy Field will disappear. And here comes Bleak Wind to knock him out all the way through. Oh, that was a crit too. Leaving Grimmsnarl on the field by himself once again. And here comes Spirit Break onto the Chien Pao. We're just going to knock him out. He's leaving Tornadus alone. Why is he doing that? That's a terrible idea. Their Tailwind is gone. I'm just going to bring up Fluttermane now. And he brings out Urshifu. And it is Single Strike. Okay. What are you going to do? Here comes the Terra. It's going to go to the Urshifu. That is Single Strike. I'm using Imprison to fake out the inevitable Sucker Punch here. I mean, he could still Wicked Blow and still do a lot of damage, but I'm faking it out. Sucker Punch will fail because Imprison. Yeah, take that. I knew it. Light Screen will not go up from Grimmsnarl. And Bleak Wind. And now my Tailwind's gone. Bleak Wind again. And I'm going to straight into Urshifu now. Good call. Because I was going to go straight into that slot. I was going to go ham with Moonblast. Bleak Wind will miss the Urshifu because he's protected. And will still hit the Grimmsnarl. Barely making him survive. Foul play into that slot. Will not knock out Fluttermane. Gets pretty close though. I'm going to swap to Garchomp now. For the thought that he's going to try it again. Foul play is still like a really good damaging move, but I have... Oh, there it is! I knew it! Failed! Guessed it! Bleak Wind, here you go. Down goes Grimmsnarl. Ooh. And the rain stopped. But at this point, does it really matter? Let's just Tailwind just to give Garchomp a little bit more. And well, Earthquake, why not? Battle's canceled, never mind. It's like, well, Earthquake. Tornadus doesn't get affected by Earthquake, why not? All right, next match is here, and oh, we've got... It's Dodonzo. We got Sushi build. Oh, okay. Dodonzo, Golden Go, Berserker, Toxicfury, Scizor, and Farafaric. Good why to start with a Pokemon here. Because we have... Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Okay. Because we have Farafaric here, it's going to be really weird relying on priority moves. So I don't think it's going to be useful as much as I would like it to be. So with that being said, Trick Room may not be the thing to bring in here, but we can still use Tornadus to do a lot of damage to like Scizor and like Golden Go and stuff like that. So Tornadus, and I'm gonna bring in Garchomp, Chien Pao, and the last but not least, Regieleki. I have to get set up for Dodonzo. I don't really have an answer for Dodonzo, which sucks. I should have an answer for him, but I don't. And because that I don't, it's a problem. It's really a problem. Okay. Berserker and Scizor right up front. Okay, so what do we have to worry about? We'll get Tailwind set up first. And I guess we'll... Yeah, why not? Well, Earthquake. Oh, fake out. Oh, Tornadoes. Okay, cool. Tailwind go off still. I forgot Berserker uses fake out. It's like, for some reason, I was telling myself, like, use Protect. I'm not sure why, though. But I'll have to now. Because Berserker's now gone. One hit KO. Thank you, Berserker. And Garchomp lost a little bit of HP. But Swords Dance will come off of Scizor. So now Bullet Punches are going to be doing a lot of damage. And your next Pokemon is Tatsugiri. So just in case, I'm going to swap. And I'm going to Terra, Dragon Claw. No, I'm not going to Terra. I'm just going to straight up Dragon Claw the Scizor. You know what? I'm going to Protect. I'm assuming you're going to bring back or take out Scizor, even though you just use Swords Dance and bring out Dodonzo. So I'm going to Protect. You didn't switch though. Bullet Punch into the Garchomp, so we saw that. Icy Wind will not hit the Garchomp, so we'll ignore that. It will go into the Regieleki, but that's totally fine. Swap to Tornadus. Terra Steel Earthquake. I revealed that I have Regieleki, which is terrible, but I don't think that's a regular Tatsugiri. I don't think it's Commander. I think it's something different. So I'm going to Terra Steel so I don't get hit too hard with Bullet Punch. I'm actually going to be resistant to it. Rough Skin will hurt it a little bit. Tailwind's still up. And here comes Earthquake, which should knock out both. Oh, it's just barely doesn't do anything to Tatsugiri. Not very effective on Garchomp. Drops its speed a little bit, but that's totally fine. Here comes the Dodonzo. Commander. +2 to all stats. How long do I have for Tailwind? Tailwind has one more turn. I'll get set up for the next turn. So Rain Dance. And Protect. Most likely it'll use Earthquake. It's going to Terra, finally. It's going to be Dodonzo, obviously, because it can't Terra the... It cannot Terra the Tatsugiri. But he tears it to grass. Which is a good thing because, you know, now it doesn't get hit with a lot of different things, but now it's going to get hit with 100% Bleak Winds, which is going to be really, really hard. Order Up, going to go into the Tornado slot. It's going to knock him out. But now I have something a little bit more difficult for him to deal with. This attack stat does go up and Tailwind goes out from my side of the field. But now I have Qian Pao. And this is in the rain, by the way. So now we're going to go Icy in there. Dragon Claw. Yeah, Dragon Claw into that slot. Ice Spinner. It's about a third. Earthquake. Oh, he's faster than Garchomp. Tatsugiri is gonna miss it, but it's gonna hit Garchomp for quite a bit because he is Steel type. He's gonna get a little bit of HP due to leftovers. Here comes Regieleki. Okay, there's that, and I guess we... Oh, it's not going to do a whole lot. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, it doesn't... I don't think it really matters. He's gonna... Yeah. Protect. It's like just fixate it and focus on Regieleki. It's like, what? What's he staring at? Bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't stare at me. Alright, we're going to Ice Spinner again, and we're going to protect with Regieleki because he's not going to be able to survive an Earthquake, which is going to come out. I could also assume that maybe Order Up would come out, but why would he? I don't have Haze. Unfortunately, Haze would have been super helpful here. Here comes the Earthquake, which is going to knock out Chimpao. It's unfortunate. Maybe I should have saved the Terror for him. Maybe it would have been better. But I needed to lower down a +2 Scizor with Bullet Punch. That priority is damaging. So it's not like I could have really saved on a whole lot. Maybe Terra Ice on Regieleki would have been, like, Terra Blast would have run right into that slot. But I don't think it really matters at this point. Here comes Thunderbolt. Nope. Wave Crash. In the rain. I mean, he was gonna knock him out regardless. He ain't surviving anything from Dodonzo when it's +2. That +2 is huge. Huge. I was really hoping to get rid of that Tatsugiri. That strat would have fallen apart. So in this extra fight, we get to have to deal with Sushi again. Okay, so Dodonzo, Pelipper, Tatsugiri, Scizor, Dragonite, and Azumarill. Fun, interesting, great Pokemon all around. And we have Pelipper too. Okay, so let's see. What do we do here? What do we do here? I don't have Thunderbolt on Fluttermane anymore, so that's very, very interesting. But I also don't want to. Oof. Tornadus. Oh. Tornadus, Garchomp, kind of like we did last time. It went really, really well. Regieleki, relieve Urshifu and Fluttermane behind once again. Okay, so I'm hoping that we have an extra thing to deal with. Now, you guys are gonna have an extra fight because the thing was wrong. I thought I still had one more match to go. Apparently I didn't. So that was interesting. Okay, we have... Okay. Oof. We're going to taunt the Dodonzo. And we're going to go ahead and just... Should we Terra Steel here? It's probably worse, right? We're going to go right to Regieleki. Because this is going to hurt. Really, really bad. At least I'm hoping. Withdrew the Pelipper to bring out Tatsugiri right off the bat. So they just start off with the Commander. So that's cool. We finally get to decide what we want to do. Now he gets +2 to everything. He did open up Pelipper and Dodonzo, by the way. So not sure if you guys picked up on that. But now we've got... the thing that we lost to last time staring right at us right at the beginning. And now we have a Terra also from that slot going into Dodonzo. And are you grass? You are ice. Why? Taunt. It's going to Terra Blast right into the Tornadus. No! Regieleki. Okay. Drops it down to 5 HP. Because you're that? Actually, I'm not going to Terra. I thought about it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to Tailwind instead. And I'm going to Electro Web that slot. I am feigning that Tatsugiri is Dunzo here. Not Tatsugiri, but Regieleki is Dunzo here. So I'm going to lower his speed instead. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but I'm going to lower it 1 stage. So instead of it being +2, it's now just +1. It'll now go into Tornadus. So the Terra Blast is going to go into that slot. Dodonzo cannot do anything else right now. He cannot protect. He cannot... I mean, Sacred Sword would help out a lot. Yeah, we'll do that. He can't protect. He can't substitute. He can't do any of his other moves. If the only thing he has is Terra Blast, he is in the worst spot, period. And I don't think that he has leftovers. I haven't seen him recover. But we're going to Sacred Sword into that slot, and I'm going to continue lowering down his speed. Actually, would it be beneficial? Actually, we're gonna do that instead. We're gonna Thunderbolt now. Lowering him 1 speed is enough. Thunderbolt, bringing him down quite a bit. Sacred Sword, bringing him down all the way. Get out of here. I want to say that taunt is what really did it. Now Tatsugiri comes back out of the field, and I believe he still has an attack. He does not. He does. Oh, that's right. He doesn't get to attack. Okay, since Azumarilla's out now, we need to play this a little bit more carefully. Ice Spinner, actually, Sacred. What do I want to do? Sucker Punch the Tatsugiri, and I'm going to protect with Regieleki. Sucker Punch will now hit Tatsugiri, and it almost knocks it out. Holy cow. Aqua Jet will go right into the Regieleki, so we called that. And Tatsugiri will do Hydro Pump. And we'll miss the Qian Pao. Qian Pao will once again use that, and I'm going to swap. I mean, Aqua Jet is really, really strong. We'll swap out to the Garchomp. I want to save Regieleki. He's got 5 HP. I know that I said before that I pretty much writ him off, but since he went to Terra Blast Ice into Tornadus, I now want to try to save him. Because he's worth... Like right now, I'm afraid of like Aqua Jet. And here comes the Aqua Jet. To the Garchomp, which is neutral because Dragon is not weak to water. Tailwind's now gone, but that's totally fine for me right now. So now it's 2 versus 3. Pelipper and Azumarill. And I'm going to Sucker Punch into Azumarill. Terra. Dragon Claw. Nope. Terra. Terra Blast into Azumarill. I'm hoping that the Sucker Punch will knock out Azumarill. The Aqua Jet is kind of telling. Sucker Punch. Boom. Does quite a bit of damage. Here comes the Aqua Jet though. Into the Garchomp, and it will knock it out. Rough Skin will do just a little bit more damage. Oh, maybe it doesn't have to do anything besides just be Choice Band with huge power. And Tailwind will now activate on their side of the field. That might be what that Azumarill is. It's just huge power. Price band. So what do? It's Sucker Punch. Oh, Sucker Punch doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I don't think anything on my side of the field does a lot of damage. Sucker Punch, and I'm going to Protect again. I mean, this is pretty much all that I could do right now. Alper's going to Protect. What are you going to do, Azumarill? Ice Spinner does not do the Aqua Jet, but it will knock it out now. I have two of the fastest Pokemon in the game on my side of the field. So Sucker Punch into the Pelipper, and I'm going to Thunderbolt right into that slot. Knocks it down to half. Thunderbolt. Still outspeeds even in Tailwind. Jesus. Thank you, 277. All right, and our next match is ready to go. And we got, oh my God, we got a Alolan Muck. Let's go. All right, we got Muck, that thing I can't remember, Cresselia, Slowbro, Sylveon, and Mousehold. I think that second thing is like Scoville or something like that. I'm not 100% what it is, but you know, Maybe someone has found out a code for it to be usable. But other than that, I don't really know what this team is for. It's really weird. Like, I get the hint of like Trick Room, but I don't know. I mean, Cresselia could use it, but Slowbro, what is he gonna do? I mean, he has Chilling Reception, which anyone else like Ice? I'm not sure. We're gonna go ahead and get kind of set up to deal with some of these guys. We're gonna bring in Tornadus, Reggie, not Reggie, but Fluttermane, Urshifu, and Qianpao. I think that's what we're gonna bring in. I probably should have brought in someone that's gonna be able to deal with Mousehold on their side of the field. I mean, Qianpao will be able to do that for sure, but I don't know anyone else really. All right, Scovelian, that's his name. All right, so we've got Photosynthesis going off thanks to the booster energy, and they brought out Scovelian and Muck. Let's see. Apparently, Scovelian's weak against whatever this is. But I need to taunt someone first. I'm gonna taunt the Muck. And I'm gonna Imprison because I don't know what it's going to do. Taunt does not affect my. Oh, is he dark? Oh, interesting. I'm gonna Imprison. Okay, Scovelian does Will-O-Wisp, which burns. Fluttermane. Okay. Minimize. That's kind of what I wanted to prevent, but if he's dark, he's dark. I can't do anything about it. That raises his evasion. Oh, and Scovelian's moody. All right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just do that, and Moonblast. Oh, we'll Shadow Ball. We should have Moonblasted the Muck, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just take out the Scovelian. I don't really know what he's going to do, and with the minimize from Muck, it might be a little hard to hit him. So I'm just going to get the field set up for Bleak Wind. Here goes. Hits both. Down goes Scovelian. Muck being a dark type, huh? Power of Alchemy. Oh, he took over Moody. Okay. Leftovers, huh? No, not leftovers, but Black Sledge. All right. All right. Moody now kicks in. Lower speed, but raises special attack. Okay. Here comes Mousehold now. And we could taunt the Mousehold because we know what it's going to do, and I'm going to Moonblast the Muck. Let's see if we can hit it. Now he's got +4 in evasion. Mousehold follows me. That's totally fine. Taunt will now make it so I can't do that next turn. And I'm going to Moonblast Mousehold. He's probably got Friend Guard. And Minimize is now +6. Interesting. Now it's just going to be really, really hard to hit that Pokemon, that's all. Special defense rose, and special attack went down. Okay, and we're just going to Moonblast into Mousehold, because I don't want him hitting anybody. I wonder if his alchemy ability is going to take Friend Guard or Technician. It probably only activates once, right? Yeah, it looks like it only activates once. Alright. He avoided the attack. He uses Substitute. That's cool. And Flower Main's just not going to take any damage. Moody. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. And Cresselia. Taunt the Cresselia. Actually, we're just gonna go ahead. Yeah, taunt the Cresselia. We don't want Lunar Blessing. And Shadow Ball the Cresselia. Okay. Muck protected. This is a very interesting battle. We now know what all 4 of their Pokemon are. We've went through most of them. Taunt goes to Cresselia. No Mental Herb. Shadow Ball. We'll hit it to about half. Cannot use Lunar Blessing. So now that I can't use Lunar Blessing, I'm not going to worry about it. Now I can only attack, and hopefully it doesn't have Shadow Ball or Moonblast. So I'm just going to Rain Dance and Shadow Ball into Cresselia again. And down goes Cresselia. Knock off. It's Flutter Mane. Okay. I'm okay with that. Moody. Okay. We'll bring in our Shifu. Do Bleak Wind, and we will Terra Water Searching Strikes on the Muck. That's what we'll do. Surging Strike, so hopefully pop the Sash and maybe hit it. It's a 3 crit attack, so hopefully. Bleak Wind. Will hit the sub. Will it break? Does not, and Searching Strikes miss. Knock off. To Urshifu. Does a lot of damage. Takes off Urshifu's Mystic Water. Moody again. Bleak Wind, and we'll go again. Bleak Wind now hits again. Break the sub. And we did. Neat. Now, Urshifu, hit him. There we go. 1. A 2. And 3. Boom. Swept this team 3-0. That's pretty good. I was hoping that Fluttermane would have survived, but Knockoff did too much damage. Alrighty, next match is ready to go. We've got Hisuian Goodra, Grimmsnarl, Therian, Landorus. Wow, forgetting everything. Rillaboom, Heatran, and Urshifu. We don't know if it's single strike or rapid strike, but we will see here in just a minute. Okay, so how do we deal with this? We do have Rillaboom on that side of the table, so we're going to need to do Tornadus and Chien-Pao. We'll bring in Garchomp, and for the Grimmsnarl, we could bring in Fluttermane, but he's only the 1, so it's probably not a good idea. I think we'll bring in Urshifu. I think that's how we'll deal with this team. I think that's how we'll do it. So what should we do now? Who are they going to select? Who are they going to bring? Who are they going to summon? All right. We've got Grimmsnarl and Hisuian Goodra. So I can't taunt the Grimmsnarl, but I can taunt the Goodra. Do I swap? I mean, it wouldn't make sense. But I think I'm just gonna go straight for the Sacred Sword to the Goodra, not Grimmsnarl, not Grimmsnarl, Goodra. Goodra's gonna take a lot of damage, especially if I'm gonna taunt him immediately. They don't get access to Shelter. They will have access to Leftover still, and maybe the Assault Vest if players go with that. I mean, he's one tanky Pokemon, so we have to be really, really careful. They're gonna Terra, and it's gonna be for the Goodra to remove the type advantage. So it's gonna be Fairy. So now it's just neutral. Fake Out. We'll hit the Tornadus. Haha, taunt. Goodra will fall for the taunt. Sacred Sword into the Goodra slot. Doesn't do as much damage as I thought, but only because of the fact... Oh, it's got Rocky Helmet. Okay. And it cannot Shelter now. Okay. We're going to do Bleak Wind now, and I'm going to... I can't Terra. I'm going to Ice Spinner into the... Actually, I need to get... What do I do? That's a good question. I think we keep him in. We're gonna Ice Spinner the Goodra. Light Spring goes up. Special moves go down. Too bad mines are physical. Dropping him less than half. Hit again by Rocky Helmet. Bleak Wind now hits both. Does a good amount. Body Press will go into the Chien-Pao, which is going to break his... or knock him out. His sash was already broken thanks to Rocky Helmet. But that was what I was afraid of. I was going to swap to Garchomp to maybe save him a little bit, Terra, and then hit that Goodra really, really hard. But it's not going to make a lot of difference if I can't get past it somehow. We're going to Tailwind, Terra Steel into Goodra to Terra Blast it. And this should be the last turn for Taunt. So Gudra has been officially shut down because it cannot get any of its bonuses from Shelter. Otherwise, it would have gotten a huge momentous bonus from Body Press. They're going to retreat, which is good. And they're going to send out Landorus. No, Rillaboom. I mean, that was a good call. For sure was a good call. But I'm going to Terra now. In my opinion, I probably would have let Gudra fall. It's less than half HP at this point. Its Terra was a good call, but I would have let it just drop, to be honest. Tailwind. Are you going to do the other Screen Grims now? Nope. Parting Shot, which is going to lower my attack and special attack 1 stage. And they go back. And are you going to resummon Gudra? Again, it would not be a Pokemon. It would not be an option that I would pick. Nope, they did bring out Landorus, which is going to knock my Garchomp state attack 2 stages. Terra Blast is going to go right into that Rillaboom slot, which at -2 isn't going to do a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. Garchomp will now heal up. Bleak Wind, and I'm going to Protect. I can't do anything to Landorus, and I'm currently weak against most, if not all, of Landorus attacks, especially if they are ground attacks. So there's that, and I need to make sure that I don't get faked out by Rillaboom, because that's going to happen. He knows. Oh, there's a fake out into that slot. He knows that it doesn't affect Tornadus. He tried it before. Bleak Wind will hit both, doesn't knock out Rillaboom, but gets really close. Rillaboom will heal due to Citrus Berry. Yep. And we lower down Landorus speed by 1. Stomping Tantrum, which now means that the next move that it uses is going to be higher. So I'm going to Break Wind again, and I'm going to Terra Blast. Yeah, Terra Blast into the Landorus to knock it out. That's my hope right now. I need to be able to knock out that Landorus because Stomping Tantrum is going to do a lot. Brings Rillaboom down to just 1 HP, lowering Landorus speed again. Terra Blast into that slot. Hopefully it does a lot of damage so that maybe Garchomp will survive. It does not because he's -2. Oh, taunt against Tornadus. That's cool. And Landorus, Stomping Tantrum was just going to knock out Garchomp now. It does not. He lives with 15 HP, but the Rough Skin does a lot of damage. Oh my Jesus. Okay, so now Bleak Wind again, and we will Protect because Garchomp needs more HP. Oh my Jesus. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Give this to us. I thought Garchomp was going to lose there, but he does not. He stands tall. Landorus got nothing. And Landorus might have avoided it. I'm not sure. He did not. It was the Rillaboom that did. And I dropped Landorus speed 1 more stage. Let's go. U-turn on Tornadus. So Rillaboom goes back. And the only Pokemon he has back there is the Hisuian Gudra, and I attack before it hits. Stomping Tantrum doesn't do anything because Garchomp is protected. So he is fine. I do not like the camera angle though. Okay, my Tailwind's gone, but that's okay. I don't really need it at the moment. But I'm going to Terra Blast into that slot over. Or Terra Blast in the Gudra. Bleak Wind hits both, knocks out knocks out Landorus, so I have nothing to fear now. I think I dropped someone's speed again. I'm not sure which one, but here comes Terra Blast right into the Hisuian Gudra. There you go, have some. And I might have knocked out my own Garchomp. Might have. I don't think so, but I might have. I did not. He still stays strong, and he will stay strong. Grassy Field disappears, and now he's only left with the Rillaboom. Rillaboom, who has very little HP left. I think this is the... Oh no, he still has a fourth. Oh, I thought I knocked you out. Oh, interesting. Okay. Bleak Wind again, and I'm just gonna start off with the Protect. I thought I had knocked out his Pokemon, but no, he swapped out. That's still okay. That's still okay, though. This battle is really, really good. Garchomp will protect. Fake Out goes over to Tornadus, does nothing. Bleak Wind Storm will knock out Rillaboom. Brings Grimmsnarl down to half. Probably like 51%. Garchomp will now recover HP, and so will Grimmsnarl. And Tornadus shook off the taunt. Yeah, why not? Bleak Wind, and then we'll just Terra Blast into Grimmsnarl. Battle is canceled. We won, guys. Let's go. That fight was hard. That fight was so hard. Next fight, we've got Fluttermane, Chi-Yu, Farigiraf, Iron Hands, Cresselia, and Ursaluna. Okay, obviously, this is a Trick Room team with speed variants on top of it. So it does multiple different things. We've got Farigiraf, who completely removes priority moves being used against them and uses Ally Switch. Fluttermane for the times where Trick Room doesn't work. Cresselia and Ursaluna and Iron Hands. Those three specifically are used for Trick Room. Now, Farigiraf could also take advantage of that, right? Could also take a very good advantage of that. It is incredibly slow, while Fluttermane and Chi-Yu are the faster Pokemon. So what we need to do is Tornadus, Fluttermane, Garchomp, and Chien-Pao. We're bringing in these four so that we can deal with the rest of the team. I would bring in Urshifu to bring in to deal with Chi-Yu, but Garchomp also deals with Chi-Yu and will also deal with Fluttermane. We'll also deal with Ursaluna and Iron Hands as well. Won't really touch Farigiraf or Cresselia that much, but it will at least be able to deal with the majority of my opponent's Pokemon. Let's see how this match goes. So far, we're 2-0. Fluttermane and Chi-Yu starts off with the faster Pokemon. Special defenses drop for everybody. I get Photosynthesis, thanks to booster energy, and my speed was heightened. I'm going to Rain Dance so that I go... Is that what? Well, I'm faster than that Fluttermane anyway. Yeah, Shadow Ball into that slot. I'm 307 speed. And... we will see what they do. They decide to Terra. Probably the Fluttermane. It's not. The Chi-Yu gets... and it becomes grass. Why? What? I'm gonna Rain Dance. Are they like setting up for a next turn or something? Shadow Ball goes right into that Fluttermane. And we'll get it down to its sash. Shadow Ball will now go into my Fluttermane. We'll knock it out, because I do not survive that long. And Chi-Yu will use Heat Wave. And Tornadus avoids it. Probably thanks to the rain. Okay, I'm probably... No, I'll bring in Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao is fine. Absolutely. I was like, oh, who do I bring out? Chien-Pao or Fluttermane, whichever one. And I'm like, wait, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to hit these two Pokemon really, really, really hard with any attack that I decide to use. So I'm good. Chi-Yu moved last. I moved first. I don't know if they have 205 speed or if it's something different. They withdrew Chi-Yu, which is good. That's the good play there. Farigiraf comes out next, hopefully to stop the Sucker Punch. Moonblast will go right into the Chien-Pao, so that's interesting. He is faster, so I will have to use Tailwind next turn. Ice Spinner will now go into Farigiraf. Drops it to half. A little more than half. Bleak Wind will then... Oh! Almost knock out both. It will take out the Fluttermane for sure, but it does not knock out Farigiraf. And Farigiraf will recover using leftovers. Interesting. Iron Hands now comes out for their side of the field. Tornadus will now use Tailwind, and I will protect with Chien-Pao because it's only got 1 HP left. And it can fake out, absolutely fake out, but it's not going to fake out the person that think it's going to fake out. It's not going to really do anything to Chien-Pao or Tornadus. So we'll see what they do. Tailwind goes off by Tornadus. No fake out was used. So Drain Punch. Wild Charge goes over to Tornadus, which is unfortunately going to knock him out. And are you going to activate Trick Room, or are you just going to stand there? You activate Reflect. Okay. And lower its defenses to physical moves. Totally fine with that. Now we'll bring out Garchomp. Since Tailwind was used, I don't have to worry about that. Garchomp will go ahead and use Earthquake, and I will Terra. And Ice Spinner into Farigiraf. It can't use Fake Out anymore. And Wild Charge cannot hit Garchomp. I know the better strategy is to Terra Garchomp to Steel so that I don't get hit, but I think Steel is weak against fighting attacks, and if I would have Terra'd into Steel, Drain Punch would have knocked out Garchomp immediately, and I'm just eliminating the resources of not being able to do my spread moves. So Ice Spinner will now hit Farigiraf for a lot, knocking him out. Even with Reflect, and here comes the Earthquake, which is only going to hit one Pokemon, so goodbye. It does not kill Iron Hands, but gets pretty close. Ice Punch, oh, ×4. Ugh. Rough Skin, do you knock him out? Do you knock him out? He probably doesn't. Please do it. Please do it. It did not. Dang it. That'd have been so dope. Out comes Chi-Yu. And yeah, why not? Well, Ice Spinner the Chi-Yu. Iron Hands got this. Without that Reflect, that would have knocked him out, but unfortunately, we didn't do it. Chi-Yu goes down. We almost got this match, guys. It literally came down to the wire. The only thing he could do now is miss. I don't think he's going to. Ice Punch, nope. That's like 100%. That ain't gonna miss nothing. You know, honestly, maybe Protect would have been better, but I probably would have still been in the same spot because, no. I would have won if I hit Iron Hands and not Farigiraf. All right, guys, it's our final match of the day. We've got Indeedee, Urshifu, Hawlucha, Armarouge, Heatran, and Fluttermane. a very wide assortment of Pokemon that we will have to deal with now. So the question becomes, are they going to try to set up for Trick Room, or are they going to set up for something else? Well, I don't know. It wouldn't be beneficial for them to do Trick Room because Hawlucha, if it has Unburden, will get a huge benefit and bonus for it using its item, which means Trick Room would not be at any type of benefit to them whatsoever. However, with that being said, that doesn't mean that it's not still a strategy that they could use. They'll probably be using Expanding Force throughout their kit. So what I need to do is plan for that. So Tornadus and Fluttermane with Chien-Pao, and we're gonna mix it with, I think Garchomp's gonna be the best one. Yeah, Garchomp. We don't want to bring in Regieleki because we'll have to use the Terra for him. And he's not like a checkmate Pokemon. Like, he's really good by himself, but for our Terra, maybe not so much. So we want to try to limit our use of his skills. All right, Hawlucha Indity. It's going to shut down priority for anyone that touches the ground, so even for Fluttermane. Psychic Seed will go off for Hawlucha. And Booster Energy will go off for Fluttermane. Which means that we guessed this. We're going to taunt the Indity, and we're going to Moonblast the Hawlucha. Now, Indity's Follow Me is going to go off first, so I'm not going to really hit the Hawlucha, but Hawlucha can't hit me with a lot of the moves. They're going to Terra, and it's going to be Steel. Yep. All right. So now Moonblast isn't going to do anything to him, but that's totally fine. Follow Me will go off. Taunt. Oh, can't, because Psychic Terrain. That's fair. Swords Dance will go off for Hawlucha, who is faster now because of Unburden. Here comes Moonblast to the Indity. Okay, so since that is the case, we will Tailwind here and Moonblast the Indity again. It's the only thing I can really do. Even with no item, he outspeeds Fluttermane, but now no longer. 2 attacks go right into Indity, knocking him out. Acrobatics now knocks out Fluttermane. Now is the problem. We're gonna bring out Garchomp. And who is going to be your next Pokemon? Urshifu. Gotcha. And it is Rapid Strike. Gotcha. So, we're going to go ahead and Bleak Wind for our guy, Terra, Earthquake. Terra Steel so that Acrobatics doesn't knock out Garchomp. He's probably going to still be faster just because Garchomp's not fast. I really need to create a team book in Notion. Hawlucha will detect. It's a good call. Bleak Wind will miss Hawlucha, but will hit the Urshifu. Will. Knocking him out. Thanks for playing. And will not do anything to the Hawlucha because he detected. I need to create a page on Notion so that I can have their stats used. Heatran is next. And Heatran is going to do a lot of damage, so we're going to set up Rain. And we're going to go ahead and do Earthquakes for days. Now with the Rain, we should lower Heatran's attacks considerably, especially if any of them are fire. I think it even drops their damage by half. Oh, double knockout. Heatran and Hawlucha is out of here. Nice try, my man. Nice try. I defeated Noah. Right on. Let's go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will end our battles for today. We're only going to do 4 so that we can have an even 100 battles in. And we are looking really, really good. Let me go ahead and just update the percentage here. We are currently at 47%, which is higher than last season, which is great. We are currently 47 and 53. But most importantly, 100 battles are officially down and we still have plenty more to go. We'll have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 more fights before the month is over. So that's dope. Hope you guys are excited for 25 more fights. And then if you guys want to see like the 20 fights like I did last season, just let me know down in the comments down below and I'll put them up there for you. It's going to take a while to render out and upload them, but you guys will have them probably the following Sunday. Probably. Depends on if you guys want them or not. Anyways, so with that being said, that's it. That's the end of the video. I'm sorry to end it for you guys, but that's all I've got. At least for now. We'll be back tomorrow with more Pokemon fun and more matches so that we can hit our goal of sub 10,000 people. Now, don't forget to do the YouTube things by liking the video. If you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment down below. I do read and reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind. And subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel quite a bit. Like I said, we're trying to hit 400 subs by the end of the month and 1,000 by the end of the year. And I believe we can do it with your guys' help. And you can hit the bell if you want. My Uncle Mike says that it helps out the channel quite a bit. So prove him right by hitting that bell and put all notifications to all. And that's it. That's all that I've got. Happy Tuesday again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And till then, have a great day. See ya.